we're away on our next trip. This time we're heading south to catch up with family before we fly the coop. So we are heading to Queenstown, and then we'll be jumping in a rental car and travelling the rest of the way to Invercargill. We are going to fly into what they are terming it as a weather bomb. Warnings galore for down that way, so we're not too sure what we're going to get hit with. And we have packed, of course, most of our winter clothes. And I see one day there is expected to be a high of 13 degrees. So anyway, so we've arrived in Queenstown after a somewhat bumpy ride. Not too bad, pretty cloudy, not much of a view until we drop down through the clouds. And greeted by a rather wet and miserable Queenstown. So we've picked up our rental car and we're just heading on down to Invercargill. We made it to Invercargill, even though the weather gods really tried to stop us, but we made it. And we had quite severe winds and rains last night, but nothing too bad. It's still a bit yuck, but we've just called into this awesome cafe that called Mecca Motorcycles, and it's all set up with a motorcycle on the bar, and we're just going to grab some lunch before heading on out to Bluff. So Southland has thrown all fury at us and the weather is really crappy. We've come up to Bluff Hill, Land's End, to view nature in all her full force. So I thought I'd just say this before I get out, because I'm not going to be able to say anything once I'm outside. Wish me luck, we can do this. So it's the 19th of January, this is the middle of our summer, and this is just ridiculous. It's friggin' cold. It's windy and it's wet, and I know in about 30 more days when we leave New Zealand basking in the tropical heat I'm going to thought back, I can't remember being this cold, but anyway I am. So we're right at the top of Bluff Hill. Southern man in his Swanee, middle of friggin' January. Provo Strait is got a reputation of being one of the roughest stretches of water in New Zealand, and today it's living up to its reputation. No problem there. So this is the little sleepy fishing town of Riverton. Lovely spot, always liked Riverton. So all the fishing boats are still in. So we're now at the moment in Colic Bay, Q map. So still very much at Land's End, and there are some pretty hardy souls out there in that surf. So we've had a great trip so far around the bottom of the South Island. We stayed last night in Manapuri, and we've woken up to rather a wild, wet and quite windy and cold Manapuri morning. So we're making our way to Te Anau for breakfast. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a walk in around the lake because it's beautiful around there. And so far my highlight of the trip has been able to tick off the list some really iconic foods of the south. We've had a famous Jimmy's pie, which is made out of Roxburgh. We've had a cheese roll in Tuatapere, and last night I managed to have my blue cod, which was nice, but I don't think it was fresh. I think it was out of the freezer. But anyway, we can take it off the list. Had it, done it, been there, done that. So onward to Te Anau. This is the marina at Lake Te Anau with its lock system, first in the world apparently. Fiordland travel going out there on the lake. Not a very nice day to be out there for sure. Currently about 9 degrees. With a wind chill factor I would say about -5. Truly, I kid you not. Stop it, it's cold.